This is a green light. Our bull case is $1.5 million.
Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with a very quick crypto market update. And in this one, we're going to look at the current status of Bitcoin and why I think it's going to go much, much higher. What is happening in the market at the moment? We're going to look at the development of a couple of charts that support this thesis and also add fundamental news. So make sure to watch the entire video. If you enjoy this type of quick crypto market updates, then please let me know by smashing up the like button. Most important thing that you can do is absolutely free. And let's jump right into the action. So we have Bitcoin here, and we have been completing the move that we have been talking about since a couple of weeks. We bounced here bullishly in this bull flag. We went all the way up, and now we hit the upper range as predicted and found overhead resistance here. So the Bitcoin price is coming back right now, and actually I know that there are still bearish voices in the market, but this is nothing bad. We found this resistance. We did not shatter through like in the other fake outs that we have seen before in this bull flag. Instead, we are coming back, and very likely we are just going to complete a retest here, maybe on top of this little resistance, maybe on top of this previous high, and we're coming back with a price action. Overall, it is very bullish to see that we have been taking out this high here, shattered through this resistance. If we can confirm this move and then come back up to try to break this bull flag, this would be extremely bullish, and it would align with us going into October in the next couple of days, coming back up here and then finally breaking out and going into our pump. And that will be the phase where Bitcoin goes nuclear, vertical, green everywhere. This will be the phase. Obviously, if we break through here, we are anticipating another retest to confirm the breakout of this bull flag and then go. So this is something that doesn't develop in the 1 hour candles. This is something that develops in the daily, weekly and monthly charts. But it is, in my opinion, very likely that it's going to happen. And this will be the phase where your iPhone looks like this, or your smartphone looks like this. So on your birthday, you get 2 messages, like from mom and dad, happy birthday. But once Bitcoin goes to 100K, it's like, how are you? Should I buy Bitcoin now? Hey bro, long time no see, October, what does that mean? Right? So that is what we anticipate. And why is that? Because the break of this bull flag actually means also a break of the handle, which is the handle to this massive, massive cup that has been forming since our last all-time high for Bitcoin, or since our last previous bull market all-time high, considering that here was also a little all-time high. This is when Bitcoin goes nuclear, and the target of this mega cup and handle, if it were to break out, if there is a confirmed breakout to the upside, this target would be roughly at 120,000 per Bitcoin, and everyone knows what's going to happen to altcoins once this is coming. So there are a couple of news and also bullish news that are going on, and that some people fail to recognize, that I want to go in. And then we're going to look at the DXY, USDT dominance, Bitcoin dominance, to just see that everything is pointing into a repetition of what has been happening in the last cycles. But let's look at this first. So China just pulled out the financial bazooka and is treating the market with it. So they bring out massive stimulus, and it led to the stock market in China having the best results since 2008. And obviously, in general, this is not a good thing. But in terms of global liquidity, which is also driving, in my opinion, the price of risk assets, it is a good thing. So what we are seeing is Shanghai index plus 2.8%, right? So we see green everywhere. Component is up almost 7%. So some of these stock markets, they even behave like as if they were altcoins or something like that. So going really, really nuclear there on the financial bazooka. And that is something that is going to happen in the next couple of months and also years in other countries. They are bringing down the interest rates, and they are going to pump money into the market by loading up assets into the balance sheets and flooding the market with fresh capital, going to refinance their debt and so on. This is what every country has to do after this high interest rate phase, except Japan, which has been already at 0%. We will see what's going to happen there. But overall, what we can see is here that Chinese liquidity and Bitcoin is actually correlated. So you have the Bitcoin price and you have Chinese liquidity here, People's Bank of China, right, PBOC, in purple. Now you could say, oh my God, what? Like Bitcoin and Chinese liquidity? Like Bitcoin is banned in China. It doesn't matter, because actually the message here is that Bitcoin is correlated to all liquidity expansion in the entire world, but obviously heavier towards impacting countries, right? And how does this happen? It's exactly what I showed you in the screenshot before. The stock market in China goes up, even though if people can't buy Bitcoin in China at the moment, they can pump their liquidity and what they have in money, whatever, like companies, wealthy institutions, wealthy investors, retail investors, everyone can put their money in the stock market in China, but also everyone in the world can buy Chinese stocks, right? So at that moment, this capital isn't linked anymore to one specific market. Borders don't matter anymore at that point, because that capital is going to flow into the global market. And at this point, someone in the US with Chinese stocks will sell those stocks, take the profit and roll it into Bitcoin, because he maybe sees that Bitcoin is just in a bull flag about to break out. So you see here, this correlation is real, and this correlation of Bitcoin to all the liquidity in the world is also very real, as I've been showing in the other videos. So smash up the like button for that. But then also we have this, the August US PC annual inflation is at 2.2%, below expectation of 2.3%. So inflation, at least the numbers that they are bringing out, however they may be forged with the baskets, is lowering, right? So it's the lowest since February 2021. Core PCE inflation increased by 2.7% year over year, in line with forecasts, meaning that Powell doesn't have to make the sad face anymore. He actually could be saying, hey, we are on track to a soft landing. Let's cut 50 basis points again in November to stop the drain, like this unemployment rate rise and a potential hidden recession that no one wanted to admit. Let's stop it. Let's pump. Let's give conditions to the economy to expand again. And that's probably what they are considering. I don't think that there will be a 50 basis point rate cut in November, but who knows, right? I think they will go with a couple of 25ers to see how inflation reacts. But if it was a 50 basis point rate cut, it would just accelerate how the market behaves, as we've seen 4 years ago. And then also there's Cathie Wood shilling again Bitcoin to their investors with ARK Invest. And this is something like you have to consider. You see all these bull cases for Bitcoin, and it's obviously to attract new investors that are buying the financial products. You have to see that all these asset managers, they are living off of other people investing in this. They are not living off of buying Bitcoin. They're living off of giving others the financial vehicle to buy Bitcoin, right? So obviously everyone who buys Bitcoin, no matter what, is going to give the money by the fees that they are paying from the ETF. So you have to take everything that these people say with a grain of salt, because the more bullish they put the targets, the more investors are inclined to buy these shares, right?
The building blocks for our price forecast. And our base case is in the $600,000 range. Our bull case, and we think the probability of the bull case has increased with this SEC approval. This is a green light. Our bull case is $1.5 million by 2030. You can see the building blocks. You can see how conservative we are in terms of those building blocks. This is a big idea. It is the first global, decentralized, digital, rules-based, critical there, rules-based monetary system in history. It is a very big idea. Could Bitcoin serve the three roles of money? Store of value, as you say, most people agree with that one. Means of exchange, unit of account. And the answer to that was yes.
Okay, so all in all, we heard that the base case is 600K, the bull case is 1.5 million by the end of 2030. That includes another full cycle. The basis for the case is, for example, that the SEC has basically approved Bitcoin as a commodity, and we see it now. The result for this outlook, everything that is going in the world, is that we see almost $500 million inflow on the spot Bitcoin ETFs that we have across the asset managers. So BlackRock, ARK Invest, Fidelity, and so on. So this is very bullish, obviously, because it's going to drive the price. Another theory for the higher inflow is that actually, because of the rumor of BlackRock suppressing the price together with Coinbase, and now the amendment that BlackRock made, suddenly the price is going up. So some people are speculating that actually now Bitcoin is being settled again and not being traded on paper only by IOUs. So this could have an effect that people raised awareness for this, and that now actually this Bitcoin has to be bought just in time as we are poised to break out. And finally, I think this is a very important one for all the people that talk about left translated cycle, for people that talk about bear market has started and so on. If you overlay the Bitcoin price from the cycle bottom to where the cycle ends, basically, or to the next cycle bottom, and then start a new line, then you can see that at the moment we're just on track. We are exactly where the previous two cycles were, and then the cycles before that, they are actually a little bit, they went just nuclear because Bitcoin was so new and fresh liquidity was easily pumping the price. But now we're just in line. So and we see that we're just at this point where these cycles took off, which is just another point in my book that we are going to break this bull flag, fulfill this cup and handle, go to 120K, and then we will see where we are in the cycle. But let's talk about this a little bit more. So one thing is obviously, hey, patient hodler, what about the altcoins? And this is Bitcoin dominance, and we have been drawing this line in how Bitcoin dominance could be behaving, and it's actually just hovering around this line where it could break out, but it's falling back and back again into this big symmetrical triangle. And obviously everyone wants at some point this Bitcoin dominance to fall, because that means that altcoins are going on a massive rally. And if we look at this whole thing on a daily chart, it becomes clearer that we have been rejected here a little bit above our breakout target from this wedge here for Bitcoin dominance. But still, it's unclear yet. We don't know if Bitcoin dominance is going to fall down, is going to break. We will have to wait and see if it loses this critical support and actually fulfills a curve like this. This can happen, just to be clear, this can happen on increasing prices, and it can happen also on lowering prices, or this can be happening like Bitcoin dominance can fall within a Bitcoin rally if the altcoins are rallying harder than Bitcoin. So it all comes down to how this actually behaves, which means for us that it's not time to do anything with the altcoins, and this is not financial advice, you do whatever you want, until this thing actually broke support and is falling like a rock, just in the big altcoin season that we saw here, right? So at some point here, it's time to take and lock in all the profits. Don't marry your altcoins. Wait for the signals. Not financial advice once again, but you know what I mean. And then it's time to lock in massive profits. But also, the DXY is now really breaking to the downside. And this is the daily chart. We are under support. We're not out of the woods yet, because we had this already falling down. And as you can see, again, this is why we always say we want to wait for confirmation, because at this point it fell, came back up. And here would be the confirmation point, right? To retest and come back. And it didn't. It just fell through. And you would know it's a fake out. So now we are breaking out. We have been coming back into the support zone, and what we see is a decisive move outside or retesting and then coming back. This is what we want to see. No fake outs, but really breaking down. Because if the DXY breaks down, you know this, if you were subscribed to this channel, then we have our nuclear price movement for risk assets confirmed, which is something that if we make this price move, is something that we have been seeing before. This was the previous bull market. We have broken support and we came all the way down just to form a double bottom where Bitcoin formed basically a double top in the previous bull market. So what we want to see is this breakdown approaching support, and then it's time to move out of crypto big time, and then we can still speculate on whether it falls more and actually it goes into price discovery. But this is something that needs to be determined once we are there. Now we first want to see a confirmation and fall of the DXY. And the same counts for USDT dominance. You know that when USDT dominance is falling, that is basically means Bitcoin price is going to rally hard, and we are expecting this. We have been drawing this in for we have been observing this rising channel, high likelihood to break to the downside. We bounced here a little bit. It's now time for USDT dominance to lose support and to fall, and that means massive USDT hitting the market, and then we will see once we are coming back down to this point if we will fall more or not. But in the grand scheme of things, we want to have this fall as massively as possible, because if it falls like this, crypto will pump so hard that you won't believe it, right? So this is very likely going to happen. And also, interestingly enough, now gold is taking a breather from its massive rally here. We see gold decoupled from Bitcoin. Usually gold rallies first, Bitcoin goes next, right? So we see this here, gold decoupled. Bitcoin wants to break out of cup and handle and follow gold on this rally, right? So make sure to smash up the like button if you enjoyed this quick analysis. I have one more for you, and that is the others chart, altcoins. And altcoins did break out on the daily chart with a confirmation on this falling channel, confirmation breakout. Now they're maybe coming back for a bigger retest, but then once Bitcoin goes, shortly after, the altcoins will follow. So the breakout of this falling channel also will probably result in a massive upswing on the altcoins, adding about $130 billion to the altcoin market just to approach this previous high. But not enough with that. Then it's the question, will we break this previous high to approach the previous all-time high? So let me know in the comments below if you think this is going to happen. And from the previous all-time high, then it's price discovery for altcoins. So there's a lot of move still in the cards for us. It's going to take months to get there, but I think it will happen. So let me know in the comments below what do you think about all of this. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and wherever you are on the world, have yourself a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you in the next Crypto Morning Coffee live stream or in the next crypto market update video. Have a good one, everyone, and bye.